At last, they awaken. Our arrangement is complete.
Welcome back to another evolution video. My name is Fiber and today we're going through the evolution of Legends of Runeterra. Before we get into the video, let me know down in the comments below when you started playing Legends of Runeterra and your overall thoughts on the game. Legends of Runeterra is a 2020 digital collectible card game developed and published by Riot Games. It is a free-to-play game that takes place in a fictional world where most of the lore of League of Legends intellectual property takes place on. Inspired by the physical collectible card game, Magic: The Gathering, the devs sought to create a game within the same genre that significantly lowered the barrier to entry. To look at the evolution of Legends of Runeterra, we need to look at the game before it that was never released, all the way back in 2012. Bacon. Collective card games, or CCG, were primarily in paper format and there weren't that many digital card games out at the time, so the devs had gotten an idea to create a League of Legends card game that would consist of mechanics that cannot be created in real life. Slowly developing this game called Bacon, the devs were caught by surprise by another collectible card game being announced by Blizzard at PAX East 2013, and that game was Hearthstone. After playing the game, the devs had realized that there were no competition for this game and ultimately decided to completely scrap this Bacon game and start again from scratch, only deriving some ideas from Bacon to a new game that they were working on. After a ton of research and various concepts, going through and attempting to pick and make the perfect game, luckily Legends of Runeterra was the best out of the lot. Runeterra was primarily developed over 3 years since the beginning of 2017, which is kind of what I expected when researching this game. The art and animation is beautiful for such a simplistic card game. It truly immerses you into the world of Runeterra. In order to try and make the most polished game that they can, Riot invited professional Magic competitors as early playtesters to criticize the game and potentially give advice on how to improve it in terms of gameplay. During the development of Runeterra, Valve had announced their own digital collectible card game called Artifact, based on the universe of Dota 2, which is a multiplayer online battle arena also from Valve. Due to this announcement, developers had started to rush in an attempt to finish off Legends of Runeterra as fast as they can and try release it as soon as possible, but ultimately as a whole company, everyone had decided to polish the game and perfect it as much as they can before the release. A significant challenge in the development of Runeterra was determining the mechanics of card acquisition. An early iteration in which players simply unlock the region combinations was poorly received by playtesters who missed the satisfaction of collecting all of the cards. Accessibility was a priority for the developers, who had sought to provide a familiar experience while not forcing players to purchase booster packs, which are a random bundle of cards common in the CCG genre. Instead, players are given a number of random cards each week that scales with how frequently they play, and a mechanic called wildcards, a way for players to directly craft desired cards. Due to this frictionless card collection for players, it's way easier to balance different cards without the players being too upset that they, let's say, had spent $100 on a build that had been nerfed. League of Legends 10th anniversary, October 15th, 2019. The devs had finally decided that it was time to announce the release of Legends of Runeterra. Applications for the closed beta period had begun following the conclusion of the stream, allowing only popular streamers and lucky individuals to have a chance in playing the game, slowly but surely building up the hype for the game. Many had thought that announcing Legends of Runeterra now was a very bad idea, given the recent failure of Valve's Artifact and the audience of Blizzard's Hearthstone decreasing. It seemed as though Legends of Runeterra was not going to be a successful game whatsoever. However, despite these odds, Runeterra was still announced. The game was insanely popular and many people who didn't have access to it wanted to play it. After hearing the cries, the devs had made as much progress as they could in only a few weeks and decided to move the game to open beta. The open beta for all players, no matter who you are, was released on the 24th of January 2020. Unlike the closed beta, all of the cards and cosmetics you earn within this time period will carry on over to the full game's release. Ranked mode was also introduced within this beta. Players can now see where they place amongst the best players in all of Runeterra. What's even better is that players on PC will be able to play Legends of Runeterra all the way up until release date. 29th of April 2020, Legends of Runeterra is finally released. Cross-platform between PC and mobile was available. You can play with your friends on mobile or carry on and earn rewards through different devices. A new expansion was released along with the release of the game, Rising Tides, including a plethora of cards and a whole new region, Bilgewater. New champs were obviously also added. For the new Bilgewater, there was Fizz, Nautilus, Gangplank, Twisted Fate and Misfortune. For Demacia, there was Quinn. For Freyord there was Sejuani, for Shadow Hours there was Maokai, for Noxus there was Swain, for Ionia there was Lee Sin, and for Piltover and Zorn there was Vi. With every new season, the ranks also reset. With the beta over and the game officially releasing, a new season was also released, Season of Plunder. A large amount of the updates that take place in Legends of Runeterra are bug fixes and updates to balance the game for players. So I'll try cover the biggest and most important updates that come through. June 24th, 2020, patch 1.4. With this patch, a brand new season is released, the Season of Fortune. An all new game mode is introduced this season, Gauntlets. Gauntlets are limited time competitive game modes with unique deck building rules. Gauntlets go live every weekend for about 4 days total, with weekly swaps between formats in the rotation. And of course, the ranks have reset again, creating a fresh start for the new season. Within the season, in around July, the debut of another new way to play was introduced. They call it Labs. Where Gauntlets are aimed at the competitive experience, Labs are all about variety, experimentation, and maybe a little chaos. July 22nd, 2020. Spirit Blossom event. This is the very first in-game event ever in Legends of Runeterra, and they did not hold back. A bunch of cosmetics and exclusive limited items, and an event pass. There is so much to this game event. Furthermore, it was well received by the community, making them even more excited of what's to come in the future of Legends of Runeterra. August 26th, 2020, Call of the Mountain, patch 1.8. A brand new region is being introduced in this update. It's called Targon. Along with this, there's a bunch of new champions. For Targon, there's Leona, Diana, Aurelian Soul, and Taric. For Shadow Hours, there's Nocturne. For Freyord, there's Trundle. And for Ionia, there's Lulu. October 14th, 2020. Monuments of Power, patch 1.12. Monuments of Power features 40 collectible cards including 3 champions, Shyvana, Soraka, and Tahm Kench, as well as a variety of new features and content across the game. The expansion also features a brand new card type, landmarks, that represent powerful locations in Runeterra and boast unique game-changing abilities. Monuments of Power is a part of the Call of the Mountain set, with one more expansion to follow in December. By the time the third expansion is released and the Call of the Mountain set is complete, all regions, including Targon, will have an equal share of champions and near equal share of other cards. A day after the release of the new update, the devs had released seasonal tournaments, where a bunch of players will compete for a grand prize of $10,000. 28th of October 2020, KDA All Out event. A free event pass is available to everyone, featuring 6 brand new cards, but there's also a paid event pass which includes way more cosmetics, including several card backs, icons, emotes, and guardians. December 16th, 2020, Cosmic Creation, patch 1.16. Cosmic Creation, the final expansion of Call of the Mountain, has finally arrived, introducing 3 new champions. For Noxus, there's Riven, for Piltover and Zorn, there's Victor, and for Targon, there's Zoe, as well as 40 brand new cards to be used in-game. There's also a way to personalize your cards with a new prismatic card style. March 3rd, 2021, Empires of the Ascended, patch 2.3. This update includes a brand new region, Shurima, along with 110 new cards and 9 new champions. They include Renekton, Talia, Jarvan, Lissandra, Norsus, Kindred, Severe, LeBlanc, and Azir. There's also a whole in-game event for the Empires of Ascended update, including an event pass and so many exclusive cosmetics. May 5th, 2021, Guardians of the Ancient, patch 2.7. This expansion introduces 42 brand new collectible cards and 3 new champions, them being Malphite, Zillion, and Irelia. June 30th, 2021, Rise of the Underworlds. 40 brand new collectible cards to be acquired in-game and 3 new champions implemented into the game. They include Pyke, Rek'Sai, and Echo. Like every update, new Guardians and cosmetics are also released. July 14th, 2021, Sentinels of Light, patch 2.12. The Rune Nation approaches. Will you support the Rune King or fight back with the Sentinels of Light? It's time to declare your allegiance, because this patch includes Legends of Runeterra's second champion expansion. This champion expansion includes 2 new champions, Viego and the brand new legend Akshan, alongside 21 new collectible cards featuring followers, spells, and landmarks across the Rune Nation and Sentinels of Light. There's also a brand new event called Well, Sentinels of Light, introducing a new event pass and again a bunch of new cosmetics for the community. That's about it for the evolution of Legends of Runeterra so far. Let me know down in the comments what you think will come to the future of this game. I mean, there could be a lot as this game hasn't been out for that long. And while you're at it, you may as well leave a like and share this video with a friend. It helps us out tremendously. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in another evolution video.